Joey Starr here for Starr Quality Kitchen. We're gonna have another very impromptu freaking video. Somebody asked me to review something. I'm completely unprepared. Basically, all I did to prepare is prop that tripod right there to film me doing this. And of course, I bought the thing that they asked me to review. And what that thing to review is Cup Noodles Campfire S'mores. No, this is not a joke. This is a limited time item from Cup Noodles where it's a ramen soup that I guess is made to taste like having s'mores, but in soup. So yes, I'm a little scared, as I'm sure you are too, but somebody who watches my videos, or at least watched a video, said, hey, this is limited time. Would you please review it? Why not? I mean, do I really need an excuse to eat ramen? No, not really. Just a precursor. Again, I am scared. First of all, the thought of a, what should be really sweet item like s'mores, I do like s'mores, as a ramen soup, that's already odd enough. The fact that it's coming from Cup Noodles, listen, Cup Noodles has been around a long time. They're very famous. People who know anything about ramen have heard of Cup Noodles. For me, they're kind of bottom of the barrel, going towards maybe just above the bottom of the barrel. I mean, not to knock Nissin so much. I mean, I've had some of their stuff that I kind of like. I mean, if it comes down to no ramen or Cup Noodles, I'll take Cup Noodles, of course. But if I'm in a store, if you have 5 brands of ramen, even if they're American ramen, there's a very good chance that out of those 5, I'll take the other 4, or at least 3 out of the 5 over the Cup Noodles. Well, you know what? Let's not waste enough time. This is improvised, and I don't want to just eat up a lot of footage doing this. So here we go. You know the drill. I'm just going to read the instructions real quick. Make sure there's nothing special about this as far as, nope. Basically, just open the lid, put in your water, nuke it for a certain amount of time, stir and enjoy. We'll see about the enjoy part, but let me go ahead and do it now. Taking a peek inside the cup, you have what looks like your typical Nissin noodles. You have some quote-unquote seasoning in there. It kind of looks like chocolate dust. And you have what appears to be these mini marshmallows, probably dehydrated marshmallows, so hopefully they'll expand once the water is added. But I'm kind of laughing because the impression I'm getting right now is that this is going to end up being like a very basic hot chocolate with ramen noodles. Once again, I am scared. It says add room temperature water up into the line. Who in the heck keeps room temperature water in their kitchen? So this water, this water is it's cool. I mean, it's out of a water filter and it was in my fridge, so not quite room temperature, but we'll roll with it anyway. All right, I dumped a little bit of that water out. And then just to make sure that the water that's in here is up to the line, because should this review go sideways, I don't want Nissin saying, oh, well, that Mr. Starr, he didn't follow our instructions. Of course the noodles didn't come out good. Bullshit. I'm following your instructions. If this ends up being less than good, it's going to be their fault, not mine. It says to nuke it for 3 minutes with a 1,000 watt oven. This is a 1,000 watt microwave oven. So therefore, once again, completely following their instructions. No excuses, Nissin. Go ahead and stir it up as they suggest. Somewhat as predicted, it kind of smells like a hot chocolate, albeit a cheap hot chocolate. It's not a bad aroma though, and of course, looking at the broth, it kind of looks like a hot chocolate, doesn't it? Kind of one that was made with water, not milk. Let's go ahead and start the review. I'm getting this kind of chocolatey-like aroma coming off of this. It's not a bad smell. It just feels kind of out of place for a cup of soup, of any kind of soup. Now, this is not my first time seeing or hearing of a dessert ramen, but this is going to be my first time trying a dessert ramen. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of take a look at the texture here. Get a good look. Costanza. And I mean, it looks like your typical Nissin noodle. A little wider than I like, but it seems like the broth clings to it pretty well. I mean, it's really easy to see since that broth is such a just chocolatey dark color. It's easy to see where it is on the noodles. So that part of it I can say something positive about. And something I noticed too is that you're not going to really see this, but before I had added it in the microwave, there was these very visible mini marshmallows, and they've completely disappeared in here. I mean, I'm mixing this around, going from bottom to top. No signs of those marshmallows. Whatever they were, they've dissolved already into here, so I guess they're part of the flavors, not part of the visual experience. Actually, before I get my first slurp, another comment, the texture, it is about as far from al dente as you can get. I mean, it hasn't been sitting in the broth that long. They're already very, very soggy looking, probably tasting too. All right, you know what they say, God hates a coward, right? Let me go ahead and try this. Here goes, taste test. I have such mixed feelings about this. Let me start by saying that they are edible, all right? Thank goodness, that's my biggest fear, because I don't believe in wasting food, and I figure no matter what I think of something I'm reviewing, unless it's god-awful, I'm going to finish eating it. It's not terrible. Noodle texture, just as I said, very soggy, almost no chew to it at all. It practically dissolved in my mouth. I mean, I barely chewed it. If that was a steak, that would be amazing, but being that it's a noodle, not so amazing. As far as the flavor goes, it's almost like sweet hot water with a hint of cocoa to it. Now, it's supposed to be s'more, so I can't say that I really taste graham cracker to it. Maybe a little bit. Let's try a little bit more. Let me get another taste here. If there's any graham to be had in that whatsoever, it's very subtle. I can taste a little bit of that marshmallow essence in there, but mainly it's kind of like a weak hot chocolate with a hint of marshmallow, and really I can't say graham cracker. I mean, there might be maybe the slightest essence of graham cracker in there, but if I wasn't expecting graham cracker in there, I never would have been like, hey, I taste graham cracker. It's not like that. Let me try a bit of the broth without the noodle. Taking the broth in, it is a little bit tastier than having it with the noodle. I'll give them that. Again, weak hot chocolate, not super sweet. I'll give them that much. If I just came in from shoveling snow or something, and somebody gave me this, I think I would dump the broth into a cup, leave the noodles out, and drink that. The broth is definitely more enjoyable than the noodles. I have to say that out of all the Nissin cup noodles that I've tried, these are the soggiest, most really non-flavorful noodles I ever had. I mean, it barely grabs on any of the flavor from the broth. The broth is decent as a sweet drink, a sweet warming drink. Even though the broth appears to cling to the noodles because of the color, maybe it's just coloring the noodles, but flavor-wise, it's barely on the noodle. Like the noodle itself tastes too strong to really respect the flavor of the broth, which is a shame because the noodle kind of tastes like but the broth is drinkable. It's okay. For a soup, it really doesn't taste great. As just a sweet, warm drink, it's not bad. I'm going to take a little bit more here. So my verdict is the price point is okay. If you want to try something different, go ahead and buy it. But honestly, I feel like I've tried it now and I'm going to finish this cup because I don't believe in wasting food. But there's about 110% chance that I'm never buying this again. That's brutal honesty right there. That's really it. How about you, huh? What do you think? Have you tried this before? Did you have a better experience than I had? Did you have a worse experience than I have? What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. While you're there, if there's some other limited edition ramen, yes, even if it comes from Nissin, that you want me to review, drop it in the comments. Shoot me an email. Address is in the description box below. This is your channel too. What do you want me to review? Thanks so much for watching Starr Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. You know, even if I was hungry and I ate this, it's not very satisfying. It's not satisfying for your stomach. It's not really satisfying for your taste buds. It's just kind of there. But the only gratification I'm getting from this, besides that I fulfilled somebody's review request, is that I can say I tried it and I know what it's like. Bye.